with the structure of the flower. Now, flower has 4 walls. Chalo, continue. Hello, let's start with this. We have drawn the flower, so the thalamus is the stage-like structure on which all the walls are arranged in wall manner. Okay, all the walls are arranged in wall manner. That is known as in the circular manner. So outermost side you know that calyx there, then second is corolla, then third is androecium, and innermost fourth is known as gynoecium. So in flower 4 walls are there. But here remember that out to in. So first is known as outermost calyx. The unit of calyx is known as sepal. Second, known as corolla. The unit is known as petals. Now see that? Also now see? Now, 4 walls are present here out to in. So first is known as outermost calyx. The unit is known as sepal. Second, corolla, petal, and you know that in some flowers we can't distinguish between calyx and corolla. So that is known as perianth, and the unit of the perianth is known as tepal. Sepal, petal, tepal. Okay. So third is known as androecium. The unit is known as stamen. The male reproductive organ. Whereas innermost gynoecium, the unit is known as carpel or pistil. It is known as female reproductive organ. So sepal and petal means calyx and corolla are calyx and corolla are accessory reproductive organs. So there is no important major role of that calyx and corolla in the reproduction procedure, but they are accessory. Actually, calyx, the unit is known as sepal. Calyx is greenish in color, but not photosynthetic. The major important function of the calyx is only that it protects all the walls in the bud form. So when all the other walls, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, all are properly developed, so sepals are free from each other. Sepals are free from each other and other walls comes out. It is known as flowering procedure. Okay, so here calyx and corolla are accessory reproductive organs, whereas these are known as sterile organs, or we say that infertile organs. Okay, both are same. Whereas androecium and gynoecium are main reproductive organs of flower or the plant. So now I have to draw the diagram of the androecium. See now synonyms. Okay. This male reproductive organ is here, don't for other names. Androecium or stamen. It is also known as microsporophyll. Androecium or stamen, it is known as microsporophyll. The anther, it is also known as microsporangium. And the pollen grain is known as microspore. These are the synonyms of the different parts of the androecium, and here filament and connective. Are proximal part. These are sterile. Okay, whereas anther is distal part. It is fertile.
કે બધું થોડું થોડું 11th માં તો આવી ગયું છે.
Drop. Can I draw the next diagram?
Yes.
Rhinoceros.
Yes.
last class. Yeah. આ સ્ટરાઇલ કે ઇનફર્ટાઇલ આવે ડિસ્ટલ પાર્ટ આ પ્રોક્સિમલ છે આ ફર્ટાઇલ આવશે અહીંયા ઊંધું છે proximal part are infertile or sterile distal part are fertile અહીંયા ગાયનોસિયમ और ઓવરી ઓવ્યુલ થેલેમસ સાથે કનેક્ટ હોય અહીંયા એટલે એ પ્રોક્સિમલ થાય બરોબર છે written everybody understand the synonyms of the androecium androecium or stamen go to the mistake behind that anther and stamen fine androecium the unit is known as stamen synonym is microsporophyll. Here initially with thalamus filament is connected. Filament is now connected to the anther. That region is known as connective. So anther is also known as microsporangium. So sporangium means the spore is generated and stored. That is known as sporangium. And sporophyll means reproductive organ. And sporangium consists spore. So micro word is used for male reproductive organ. Okay, and mega for female. So microsporangium means anther in which pollen grains are formed and stored. Whereas anther produce the pollen grain. So pollen grain is also known as microspore. So So microspores are present in the microsporangium and it is the part of the microsporophyll. So here initially when you think about that filament and connective, both are the proximal part. So there is no role of these filament and connective in fertilization. So these are known as sterile parts. But the distal part, that is anther, it is important in fertilization. So don't do the mistake behind that. Here these are the fertile or sterile parts of the flower. Okay, here these are the sterile or fertile parts of the flower. Here these parts are fertile and these parts are sterile. But here specifically in fertile part, which parts are sterile or fertile? Like that. So when you observe the gynoecium, હા થેલેમસ થી નજીક હોય ને એ પ્રોક્સિમલ, એટલે અહીંયા થેલેમસ થી નિયરર ફિલામેન્ટ એન્ડ કનેક્ટિવ છે એટલે એ સ્ટરાઇલ. એક્ઝેક્ટલી સિમિલર ટુ ધેટ આપણે અહીંયાથી ફિલામેન્ટ ડ્રો કર્યું ફ્લાવરમાં, બરાબર, બટ ધીસ ફિલામેન્ટ ઇઝ કનેક્ટેડ ટુ ધી થેલેમસ. અહીંયા આ લાઈન જે ડ્રો કરી છે એને થેલેમસ ડ્રો કરી દો. अच्छा આપણે અહીંયાથી જે ફિલામેન્ટ એન્થરનું એન્ડ્રોશિયમનું ડ્રો કર્યું, but it is situated over the thalamus there. એટલે actually સેન્ટરમાં gynoecium હોય, surrounding to that endocymes are there, stamens are there, surrounded to that corolla there, and outermost side calyx. But we have taken the longitudinal section of the flower, typical flower. એટલે gynoecium ની સાઈડમાં જે એન્ડ્રોશિયમ હોય એનું ફિલામેન્ટ થેલેમસ સાથે કનેક્ટેડ હોય, but it is observed that it is outside of the ovary because ovary is enlarged. એટલે આમ ovary enlarged હોય અને પાછળથી આમ ફિલામેન્ટ, એવી રીતે આપણે ડાયાગ્રામમાં બતાવ્યું, but a filament is in the dotted manner connected to the thalamus. Thalamus is nothing but receptacle. Thalamus is receptacle of flower. Receptacle of flower on which all the balls are arranged in the cyclic manner. All the balls are arranged in the cyclic manner. Cycle માં આખું circle માં arrange છે. Outer calyx, then corolla, then endocyme, then gynoecium. And the last, innermost side, the female reproductive organ is known as gynoecium. Here it is, the unit of it is also known as carpel or the pistil. Right? Similar to that, megasporophyll. Okay, it is also known as megasporophyll. So here proximally you see that the enlarged part known as ovary. Inside the ovary, ovule is present. Fine. So ovule is also known as megasporangium. Okay, megasporangium, and inside the ovule, ovum is present. It is also known as megaspore. So similarly here, stamen, carpel or pistil, anther, ovule, pollen grain, ovum. But here proximal part it is fertile. So ovary, ovule, ovum, and this ovule is connected to the ovary, that is known as placenta. Okay, so this part is fertile, and then this is the distal part. So the longitudinal structure it is known as style, and just over that stage-like structure it is known as stigma. Majority you know that each and every pollen grain is coming in contact with the stigma with the help of the pollination. That's why here the name is given there. Stigma is receptacle or receptive part of the pollen grain, otherwise also known as platform of the pollen grain. Whatever flower at whatever place, but pollen grain is coming in contact with stigma, then and then post-pollinating event occurs. So pollen grain has to coming in contact with stigma at all, and then afterwards further procedure occurs. So this is about the synonyms of the gynosemon. Okay. So here this is the information of the flower basically. Now continue with the male reproductive part. We will take it in detail one by one topic. Step by step topic kaya avashe તમને કહ્યું. First of all, structure of anther, layers of anther, then formation of the pollen grain, that is known as microsporogenesis, then structure of the pollen grain, male gametophyte, and then uses of the pollen grain, side effects of the pollen grain, viability and preservation of the pollen grain. આટલા ટોપિક આપણે એન્ડ્રોશિયમમાં સ્ટડી કરવાના છે. બરોબર? This many points are there. Okay? Any doubt here in this topic? Anybody has any doubt? Anyone else here? Okay, fine. Let's start with the next topic. Male reproductive part. NCERT માં કોઈ પર્ટિક્યુલર હેડિંગ્સ નથી. ઓકે, NCERT માં કોઈ પર્ટિક્યુલર હેડિંગ્સ નથી. ફાઇન. Let us discuss one by one. Structure of anther. Anther is male reproductive organ, structure of stamen and anther. Anther is very important here. Okay, 2 points are only there here. 2 points. Structure of anther in that it has 2 lobes and each lobe consists two theca. Lobe consists lobule. That lobule is known as theca. So each lobe has two theca. So two lobes have four theca. So when you observe the anther externally, okay, understand it properly. When you observe, when you take the transverse section of the anther, you imagine that anther consists four lobes, but it is wrong. Anther consists two lobes only. Okay? From inside, anther is divided into two parts only. So this wall is known as lobe. Okay? And these two are known as theca. Now this is known as layer of anther. So continue with that. Covering of the anther consists four layers. 2-mark question. Explain the parts of the layer of anther, but here you consider that out to in. The word structure of the anther will be asked in the 3-mark. So 1 mark for this. No need to draw the diagram there, but only you write that in the proper way, that typical anther is bilobe or tetrathecal, and each lobe is bithecal. But the outermost layer, the anther layer, which is made up of 4 layers, but here condition is that out to in. Okay, so one by one we will take it in detail. Outermost layer is known as epidermis. Only protection in function. So here names are very important. Outermost layer of the anther is known as epidermis. Second is known as Second layer is known as endothecium. The name of the second layer is known as endothecium, and it is most important MCQ, useful for adhesions of the anther. So generally what happens here in the anther, when pollen grains are formed, become mature, and naturally anther breaks. The breakdown of the anther naturally, that is known as adhesions. So don't do the mistake behind that adhesions and senescence. So naturally anther dehisces, naturally anther breaks and release the mature pollen grains outside. So we see that outer side and pollen grains are present in the as a dust particle. Third layer is known as middle layer. Middle layer connects endothecium and tapetum. So innermost layer is known as tapetum. Innermost layer is known as tapetum. Tapetum is also known as nutritive layer of developing pollen grain. Tapetum provides the nutrients to the developing pollen grain, because you know that inside the tapetum theca there, and inside the theca pollen grains are formed. So for formation of the pollen grain, nutrients are required there. So that can be all supplied by tapetum. So inside the tapetum, when mature pollen grains are formed, they are accumulated, and then pollen cells are formed. So, two things you remember. Tapetum is remains, whereas after formation of the mature pollen grain, middle layer, endothecium and epidermis, these three layers are simultaneously ruptured. That is known as dehiscence of the anther, and then pollen sac are released outside of the anther, and it consists the mature pollen grain. So if you see that datura flower, when you open the datura flower, when it is closed, okay, at that time you see that dust particle like that. So many pollen grains are present over anther or over the corolla. So middle layer, endothecium and epidermis all are simultaneously breaks, and that is known as natural breakdown of the anther, known as dehiscence of the anther, and it releases the pollen grains in the form of pollen sac. So structure of anther is over. So in next lecture, I will continue with the microsporogenesis. Okay? Fine. So here I can stop now. This is the most important 5-star question, endothecia.